Statesman Nation. Here with senior defensive end Clayton Temaat from Webb City, Missouri. Appreciate you coming in. We'll get right down to business here, man. This is Senior Day coming up. Without getting too emotional, I already had Coach Hafner get very emotional just a couple minutes ago. But just talk about as well as you can without going too in depth or whatever. If you want to go in depth, go ahead. But your last 4 years here at Penn, what's it been like, and going into this week?
Oh, it's been fast, really.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
flown by. I remember coming as a freshman and being able to play, and then playing for the seniors like our kids are doing. And
right.
I couldn't even understand how fast it came.
Sure.
Just going through each season, losing guys, and then picking up even more guys.
Right. Right.
The friends that I've made and the relationships I've built is incredible.
Sure.
And I know that we'll keep on this friendship path through we grow up and take real jobs and
sure. Real life takes on,
exactly.
Talk about how this week's been going. Obviously, you guys are thinking much more beyond just, hey, this is potentially our final collegiate game, but obviously a lot of playoff implications with this game, and obviously it's Grandview, so the huge rivalry, etc. But how's the week been going, and I guess what's been kind of going on in your mind?
Honestly, I don't think it's hit me.
Okay, which is good.
Yeah, it is good.
Play another game, right?
I'm definitely not ready to go.
Sure.
And this week I feel like we're joking around, but we're not. It's just serious. Plus, it's Grandview. That's a huge rival for us.
Right.
We always love playing them, and it's always a great game.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not ready to go.
Sure.
So it's more. I think we're really focused this week, and it's definitely in the seniors' eyes, and then the young guys, their mindsets are really well, and they're working hard this week, and it's really good.
Describe. I've talked with every senior that I've interviewed this year. I'm going to get probably the same answer out of you, but describe what it's been like to have so many seniors on the squad. I think there's 26 that'll be recognized on Saturday, and what that's meant to the leadership of this team, and how you guys have been able to bounce back from tough losses or keep your head after a really big win and all of that. Just how the senior leadership has led this team.
We've led really well. It's nice that we had a group that came in 4 years ago, and most of us are still here.
Yeah.
So our relationship's very strong. We've been through the ups and downs through the last couple of years.
Right.
So we're used to it, and I know most the younger guys that come in from winning programs or losing programs, so they're not used to it.
Sure.
And definitely having us as examples to know how to practice after a loss or a win. So it's good that we're all as tight as we are as a senior group. Sure,
definitely. Talk about your role. I think, again, I'm probably going to get the same answer I've gotten from everybody, but with so many seniors and all that leadership, what is your role on the team, or is it just more of I'm just taking care of our defensive line area, our defensive line group?
Honestly, I've never been a real vocal guy.
Okay.
I'm more by example, and I don't really care about all the stats and awards.
Right.
I love taking on two people, freeing up our linebackers,
Sure.
Kevin Schrager and Samick, and also Jake Baptiste. So that's always a huge thing for me. It's not of a stats game for me. I love doing it, and if they're doing good, I know I'm doing good.
Sure.
So it's more just I love playing the game and doing, I guess, my role.
Right, definitely. With regards to Saturday, I feel like I'm asking the same question over and over a little bit, but do you think it's going to hit you Saturday or before the game, during the game? Obviously, it'll hit you after the game. That's a given, but a little extra level of intensity should be brought to the game on Saturday, you think? Or
no, I think it will.
It should, but I would assume we'll be there.
I think it will, but it's not going to affect me.
Right.
I'm not going to let it affect me going into the game.
Sure.
I know after the game it's definitely going to affect me regardless of the outcome.
Sure.
I think hopefully it won't hit me during the game.
Right. So. You'd hope. Just keep the eye on the prize, right? You guys have watched Grandview on film. I was talking with Coach more about the defensive side, what they've they bring, and they're just a extremely tough defensive team. But offensively, they've got some good players. Obviously, starting with Derek Fulton as your quarterback. But what have you guys seen on film, without showing your hand too much, that you feel like you can find some success defensively to make sure that you slow them down and at least keep them out of the end zone?
Right. Our run defense. That's what we've been harping on all of this season. So we love stopping, making a team one-dimensional.
Right.
So if we can stop the run, we should have a really good chance at this game.
Sure. Yeah, it looks like, they're pretty balanced, but I would say they're a little more run-heavy with Cheatham, and looks like a heck of a running back, one of the league's best. Definitely somebody that you guys feel like you can key up on and keep him in the backfield.
I think we will, honestly. Yeah. Our game plan is great this week. Coach Norberg did, and the staff has done an awesome job this week. And I think we're going to do a really good job with keeping them in the pocket and not letting them run around like he did last year.
Right. Do you guys have this ever come into mind that, hey, that defense is really good, and we're trying to one-up them, so to speak? This is, everybody's talking about Grandview's defense, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, we got a really good defense, too. Does that play into you guys at all? A little extra motivation to make sure that you look like the best defense out there, or is it just take care of business, don't worry about it? What else is going on?
A little bit, but honestly, it's just go out and play our game.
Right.
We can't try to do too much, and we have to do enough.
Right.
So we can't. Our teams, I feel like we're very unselfish.
Sure.
And that's what's going to help us a lot.
Right. Yeah. Just a lot of players out there, a lot of very good players, but nobody that's just outshining anybody else, really, and that's the key to us. So, all right, man, we'll get right into the personal side of things, which I really enjoy talking about. Clayton, what's your nickname? If you have one.
Thor, Clay Matthews. It's just because of the hair.
Sure. Yeah, there you go.
So.
I see it in a lot of respects. There you go. Talk about why you chose William Penn 4 years ago.
My head coach out of high school, he really harped me on. He wanted me to come visit here, and came for. I think I was here for a day, and I loved it right when I got here. I knew exactly when I got in the car that I was coming here.
Sure. Did you come with some other? Was that a big recruiting trip, or
it was
just a single?
Me and my mother, and it was. I think it was more that the coaches actually. Every coach knew me, regardless, and you can tell they actually care about who they recruit, and that's really nice to know that you're wanted.
Right. Definitely. Describe. I guess you got the two coaches there. So, Coach Corcoran first for your defensive line coach, and then Coach Hafner. Describe him in one word.
Oh, Coach, he's intense.
Right.
He's very intense. You can tell he has a lot of heart for what he does. He used to play O-line, so he was new this year at it, but he's done a great job. Yeah. And you can tell he's very passionate, and he wants to learn everything. So he asks questions, and we're willing to help because we've been here 4 years, been doing it. So.
Sure, definitely. And then Coach Hafner, one word.
He's passionate too. Yeah. He loves what he does. Sure. And he always wants us to get into the community, do help out other people, and volunteer as much as we can. So.
Right. Sure. Okay, if you were a superhero, who would you be?
Probably. I don't want to say Thor, but I think
the hair.
Yeah, I think probably Hulk. The strength.
Yeah, definitely. People say you look like Clay Matthews, obviously. So we'll go with that. We already answered that question. Favorite food?
I like steak.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So a nice little porterhouse in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Oh, I love Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Classic football movie.
Definitely. Favorite TV show?
Probably Big Bang Theory.
Yep. Very cool. Okay, your goal in this sport, you got one game left, hopefully playoffs following. I guess two-part question. What's your future goal to finish off here, and have you reached your former goals that you've set for yourself and hope to reach?
On the football side, I feel like I've done, because I was more of a run-stop guy, so I've worked on my pass rush a lot, and I feel like I've got a lot better on it. So, in that aspect, I think I have. And then, long-time goals, I do feel that I've set myself up to have a successful life afterwards, and already having job interviews, and
there you go.
It's actually hit me pretty hard just because I have to grow up.
Yeah,
so
right. No more playing anymore.
Exactly. So
there you go. And then goal for this final game plus. Obviously, the goal is to win Saturday, and hopefully the chips fall where they may. But ultimate goal, national title, right?
Yes.
There you go. Currently listening to in your iPod or in your car?
It depends. I listen to country and rap, so
okay.
It just depends on
just
the day.
all over the place, right? Sure. Saturday morning, what are you gonna be listening to?
I start off with country and then I get into more hardcore.
Yeah, pumping it up a little bit. If you had $1 million, what would you buy?
I don't know if I'll buy anything. I think I would help my mom out paying for stuff.
Sure. Very cool. If you weren't playing football, what sport would you play? Or is it just football all the time?
I threw in track, but I do love baseball, so I'd probably try to do baseball.
Sure. Okay. Favorite sports hero?
Probably Ray Lewis.
Okay. Person in history you'd most like to meet?
Dave Lincoln.
There you go. Okay. And then talk about, I'm sure you've had this numerous times over the last 4 years, but on the other side of the table, recruiting a student athlete, what do you tell them? How do you bring them to William Penn?
We're family oriented.
Yep.
We're all brothers. Right when they come in, we get to know each other, and they know that we're here for them. So if they have questions, if they even get homesick.
Sure.
So we're always here for each other.
Right.
We always got each other's back.
Yep. And then finally, you said you're an industrial tech major. You're looking at, obviously, you're getting job interviews, etc., which is great. What are the future aspirations?
I'll be fine going anywhere.
Sure.
It's just wherever the job takes me.
Okay.
So I love Iowa. People say they don't, but honestly, I like being away. I like being on my own.
Sure.
Makes you grow up a lot more.
Sure, definitely. All right, well, you got 25 other brothers finishing it off, at least the regular season off on Saturday, so best of luck to you guys on Saturday against Grandview. Again, 11 o'clock start out at Lacey, so check out Clayton and the boys. Get a big win to finish off the year against number 3 Grandview and see where the chips fall from there. So.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.